Hello, knowledge seekers. Welcome to Remedial Tutorial Academy. In this video, we're able to convert complex numbers from Cartesian form into polar form, and we can look at some of the advantages of doing so. Now, on the right-hand side, I've made a couple of notes regarding the multiplication of two complex numbers in polar form and the division of two complex numbers in polar form. Now, the simple rule is, when we multiply two complex numbers in polar form, we multiply the modulus of each of those together, and we add the argument of each of those together. So, in effect, we multiply the magnitudes and we add the angles. When we divide one complex number by another, we divide the modulus, or divide the magnitude, and we subtract the arguments from each other. And we'll do some examples, but they're based around these simple rules. And this is one of the huge advantages of working in polar form, because multiplication and division is much more straightforward. Just before we do that, I just want to talk briefly about this angle here of minus 56.3. Now, although we've expressed that as a negative angle, we could just as easily have expressed it as a positive angle. Because if that angle is minus 56.3, as shown on the diagram here, then we can also have expressed that as a positive, and the positive angle would have been this angle here. Well, hopefully, from observation, you can see that the angle drawn in red there is just 360 minus the 56.3, which is 303.7. So the important thing here is we do have options. We could specify that as minus 56.3, or we could have expressed it as 303.7. Both of those would be accurate. But let's work with what we had originally, an argument of minus 56.3. And we're going to perform some basic operations. First of all, let's do Prezi 1 times Zen. Now, we've already said in order to find the modulus or the magnitude of Zen 1 times Zen 2, all we need to do is multiply the two individual moduluses together. So in this case, it would be 5.0401 times 3.6402. And that gives us a new modulus of Zen 1 times Zen 2 of exactly 18.0. And when we want to work out the argument, so we put the argument of Zen 1 times Zen 2, and multiplying those two together, we just need to add the two arguments together. So we have 36.9, and to that we're adding, just take care here, because we're adding a minus 56.3. And that's the same as 36.9 minus 56.3, which comes out to be minus 19.4 degrees. Therefore, Zen 1 times Zen 2 can be written as follows: 18.0 at an angle of minus 19.4 degrees. And remember that we could always express that as a positive argument if we wished. Let's look at another example, except this time we're going to do a division. So this time let's do z2 divided by z3. Well, if we do z2 divided by z3, in effect what we have is 3.6 at an angle of minus 56.3 divided by 5.4 at an angle of 158.2. Both of these angles are in degrees this time. We need to divide the modulus. So the modulus this time of z2 over z3 is 3.6 over 5.4, which equals 0.6 recurring. It's all right, 0.67. And for the angle, we need to subtract 158.2 from minus 56.3. So we can write the angle of z2 over z3 equals the number that's on the top of the fraction, minus 56.3, or the argument on top of the fraction or ship, so minus 158.2, giving us an answer of minus 214.5. Now, that one is probably going to be better expressed as a positive, because minus 214.5, we go minus 180. So minus 214.5 is going to be somewhere around here. To express that as a positive, all we need to do is 360 minus at the 214.5, and that will give us this angle here. So minus 214.5 is just the same as saying 145.5. So we can write z2 over z3 equals 0.67 at an angle of 145.5 degrees. Let's take a look at one more, and this time we'll do z1 divided by z2. Well, z1 is 5.0 at an angle of 36.9 degrees. z2 is 3.6 at an angle of minus 56.3. The modulus of z1 over z2 then is just 5.0 divided by 3.6, which gives us 1.39. And the argument of z1 over z2 here is the number on the top, the 36.9, minus the number on the bottom, minus 56.3. Recall that that's just the same as adding 56.3, and that comes out to be 93.2. Therefore, z1 over z2 equals 1.39 at an angle of 93.2 degrees. So there we've seen how to apply the simple rules for the multiplication of two complex numbers and the division of one complex number by another. And this method works providing we're working with complex numbers in their polar form. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please comment down below what other topics you'd like for me to review. I upload new videos every day. Don't forget to subscribe and share for your friends and classmates. See you next time.